Hello fellow Minecraft addicts, Jarbo here. I've been busy working on different stuff, trying to just learn the create mod, and I have spent a ton of time working on growing trees and growing crops because, I don't know, because it was fun. And right here we have a crop farm that can grow, I believe I've got every single crop that can be grown in Minecraft on the ground. None of the hanging stuff yet. I'm really happy with how this works, but look at it. It's hideous. It's ugly. So what we're going to do today is we are going to completely rebuild this. We're going to tear it all down and start over and try to make this look like something we intended to build, not like something we cobbled together from whatever we had in our backpack. Now that we have all of the crops removed and the machine stopped, we just need to take it all apart. Probably better grab the super glue and get rid of all the glue before we start. So we just gotta hold down sneak or shift and right click everything till all the little green boxes are gone. This is what happens when you build this in several stages and you don't do it all at once. You end up with glue everywhere. Alright, now that we've got all the glue removed, we can go ahead and take the farm down. And I probably need to get rid of the water first. So let me figure out how I'm going to do that. Sand seems like a good way to get rid of the water. Now with all the water stopped up, we can go ahead and remove all of the create components. Have I mentioned how much I like the wrench? I think that's all of the create components, and now we just have to remove the rest of this build. And oh, I'm gonna run into some water under here. That's okay. So I'm going to use all the vein mining stuff to try to make this a little easier. Now it should be easier to put all of our create components away. And apparently I don't have a portable iron interface in there anywhere, so that's done. Okay, side quest. I have not yet figured out how to get funnels into these storage drawers. So we're gonna see if we can get that done. We'll do this one. Oh, vein mining. Crap. Now that they're all mixed up, not that they were in any particular order before, but I was kind of getting used to where stuff was at, and now it's all in different spaces. So we're gonna try something here, and I believe, yep, make sure I don't have vein mining again. If we put a drawer controller there, take that item out, we'll just stick it in there, and then take a funnel and put it on top of there. Oh, no. See, this is what happens every time. Every time I put a funnel on one of these, it starts... I can't get a funnel to go in any of these, and I keep draining my items out of it. So what I want to try, now that funnel's going in there, if I throw this funnel into that funnel... Yes, it put it in there. Okay, so now we need to put the two brass funnels. It's not really in the order that I was thinking, but at this point I don't care because now they're in there. So let me take this one off. I don't think I can. Nope, I can't. So that's you can't right click on that to put that away. Oh no, I can't do that either. Actually, wait a minute, I have an idea. So if I don't have the funnel in my hand, yes, it will put it in there. Okay. Now that we have that, I'm going to go get a key and lock that drawer so those funnels never come out. Now that we have all of the farm well, except for that removed. We can go ahead, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just dig all this out, probably from here to all the way over here, say probably right about here, down to this level, and flatten everything out, and probably put grass down as our base block this whole area. I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but I'm gonna do it because that's taking forever. Go. Better get a wrench back out so we can break it before it goes too far. Oh, I plowed that dirt. That's okay. It'll automatically turn back into blocks, grass blocks. So we're just gonna let that go till it gets here. That's where we want to stop it, right there. So that's much better. It's not tall enough though. Crap. Oh well. Maybe stopped at one block too soon. Now that we have our area all cleared out over here and nice and flat and green, it's time to figure out how we're going to build this farm. And what I'm thinking is, instead of having it go this way along the gantry, I think I want the gantry to go that way, and we're going to actually incorporate the gantry into the side of the mountain, which is why we had to build it over here, for all that support of that rock. We didn't want to build a structure out here to hold it, so the gantry is going on that side, and I just have to figure out how wide I want this build to be. And what I'm thinking is, I'm gonna go ahead and just get a little bit, or one representative crop for everything that actually grows, because a lot of this stuff doesn't actually grow. Like, those can't be planted, the flax can't be planted, rotten tomatoes, rotten carrots, those aren't carrots, those are potatoes. Rotten tomatoes and rotten potatoes. The rice grows, but the straw doesn't, the beetroot doesn't, the seeds do. You know what I'm saying. So I'm gonna get and represent every single row that we need over here, so we can get an idea of how big this build needs to be. And our first row, I think, is gonna start right against the cliff face here, or maybe one block away. And like all the gantry carriage and everything will be in the wall over here, and we'll figure out a way to support that and make it look nice. this is what I decided. I just used storage drawers because, well, I didn't have any item frames. So we've got our wheat seeds here, our flax seeds here, tomato seeds here, beetroot seeds here. Then we have our rice, and the reason we're putting the rice there is because it grows in water. So we'll have to have a full solid water block here that will water all of these crops. Then we have sugarcane, has to grow next to water. Cabbage, potatoes, and carrots, that's the water coming from that way. Well, then we need to have water somewhere else. So we've got onions, 2 rows of a place for the melons and the pumpkins to grow onto. So then that's 1, 2, let me get this right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then kelp, we'll have 2 rows of kelp because we can. And then we have netherrack, netherwort rather, and sweet berries on the end. And then if we need to, we can extend it. I did not include bamboo because I don't think I'm going to put it in here. We've got tons of it, and if we ever set up a tree farm, we'll include that at the tree farm because it's more of a tree than it is a plant or a crop. We're gonna go ahead and start building this up. I think that I'm going to bring it up 2 blocks so that the kelp will be planted right on these grass blocks. We know that our gantry carriage needs a 2-block wide place to turn around or it will break all the crops. So we're gonna start our farm here, and then we're going to make this 16. No, maybe we'll make it. We'll see how far we can go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 24. That looks like it's plenty long. We can fill all that back in later if we need to. Actually, no, we're going to need that space. There's the basic layout. I went ahead and did 3 blocks wide on the kelp instead of just 2 because, well, we had room for it. So now I have to decide what I want to use for like a foundation block. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a foundation around this on 3 sides. This side, the outside, and the other side. Again, like I said before, the back foundation is actually going to be that wall. And then we're going to build like a lean-to building over the top of it from up there down the side, and we're going to use all glass. It's going to be like a greenhouse, more or less. And then we'll hide all of our or not hide, but put all of our create stuff, the gantry shaft and whatever we use to power it and everything will be in the wall over there. But I gotta go figure out what I want to use for a foundation block. I don't think I want to use any of the stone variants. I think I want it to be some type of wood. So I'll have to look through all the woods and see what I can find that I like, and we'll go from there. So now we can place our gantry shaft down. Okay, so I see how that works. So you open the interface here, and then you just scroll to what you want. So our first is going to be turn input speed forwards. And then our next one is going to be oh, we got it wrong on that one. So we need to turn to move a piston, and we need to figure out how far it needs to go. I want this to go out 28 blocks forwards, and then we want it to go out 28 blocks reversed, and then we want it to end. And it's going to do this sequence every time it gets a redstone signal. So we'll just have to put a redstone contact. We'll probably have one right here just above this and have the receiving contact right on that gear shift, or gear shift. So that every time this gets back, it gives it a redstone signal and it starts the whole process over again. Okay, this is temporary power just to see how this works. So if we put the water in there, that didn't work. Put the water in there. There we go. Now it's spinning. And this has put out a pulse to this, so maybe we need to go that way and then that way. Oh, I bet that's not turning, so it's not. Start over. There it goes. So it looked like it went one block too far, so we're gonna run back here. I don't know if we can change this while it's in motion or not, but we're gonna change this to 28 and 28 and see what happens. When all else fails, hide redstone in the wall. It should work now. That's kind of the basic shape of our roof that I'm going for. This end is going to be a little weird. We may have to take out these angled pieces on the corners, but I just wanted to cover up the end grain of those nailed spruce logs. I just don't like the way the end grain looks. Still need to do that down here on the end there. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this is turning out. I may go back. I haven't decided. The framed stairs don't work with a lot of, or some of the chipped glass that you can get, so I'm using, these are Create tiled glass blocks, and they work well with the framed blocks. So I may go back and actually change these to nailed spruce stairs, or I might actually just go get spruce wood and put it in there so that we don't have any of the end grain texture, and maybe that'll look better with the support at each one of these step down all the way across. In fact, I think I'll do that. Let me do that. And I'm also going to go ahead and finish building in all the glass. These are just copycat panels with the tiled glass in it. And they're too thick, one above and one below every edge border or block border or whatever it is. And then once we get the roof in, we'll have to figure out what we want to do on the sides here. So far, this is what we have. We have a roof leaning back to the mountain. We've got some vents in here, and then we've got our farm down there. I went in and shut the water wheel off. There's no reason to let that run back and forth right now. And yeah, I got to figure out what I want to do on the ends here. What I probably should have done is I probably should have made this one block wider and closed the ends in. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that yet or not. I do need to put some caps over the end of those and that one there. But yeah, I'm really happy with how the roof turned out. It's just, layered glass so that we get plenty of light in our little building here during the day. And then we'll also throw some lights in here so it stays lit up at night so nothing spawns in here. I'm going to get to work on the ends and decide what I want to do. I might actually go ahead and take the time to extend this out one block on each side, and it won't take that long. I got the building all done. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I might change out some of the blocks on the back, but I don't think I will. I think I'll just leave that the way it is. That's just where we dug into the side of the mountain, and that's the way it turned out. Here is our contraption. We have harvesters, a couple of saws, 4 saws actually, 2 on the backside, because the pumpkins and melons will stop this machine from running if they get in the way once it's down there, so we have to saw them on both sides. More harvesters. This is where our sugar cane's going to go, that way it can stay one tall. I don't know if this would break it, but I just guaranteed that it's going to stay one tall there. Our rice grows down in here, and then once it's grown up, it sticks up above the water, so that can harvest it, and the rest of our crops there. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I'm not going to plant this until I get power and everything all figured out. I do have to add a barrel to that, or 2. I'll probably put 2 on it just because we have so many crops, just in case we have a really good harvest. But I think I want to take this space that's left over here, and we're going to build kind of a small little, not workshop, storage area. And there's going to be a couple of things that we want to do in here. Okay, here's how we're getting power. We're going to take this natural spring that is up here in the side of this little hill here, and we are going to dam it up there, fill this area up, build a dam somewhere over here to make that like a holding pond, and then run a stream down and put a water wheel right here on this corner of the building. For now, we're just going to put the water wheel there and give it some water. We'll do the rest of this at some other time. I don't have time to do that today. Okay, so I may have forgot a few other things that I wanted to do in this room, but this room isn't big enough. Well, it might have been. I don't know. So this is what I built. It's kind of a disaster. Let me explain. Rice panicles will drop down here onto this belt, come into this tunnel, and it'll split them evenly. So half of them will go up here and get milled down in the millstone to rice and straw, and the other half will go directly into storage over there. This is an allow filter that allows only seeds to fall into the composter and get spit out here as bone meal and go into the storage system. Up there we have an allow filter on the back onto that belt that goes right there on top of that belt with a fan blowing a campfire, and that's going to cook the kelp into cooked kelp, and only cooked kelp is allowed to go into that filter and drop straight down onto our belt going into our storage system. And then the other thing we have is a filter right here that allows everything else to fall directly onto that back belt, go over here, and go into our storage system. To test our contraption that we made over here, we're actually just going to take these storage drawers. The one that I have only has stuff that should go straight onto that back belt and go into our storage system. So let's see what happens. It's emptying out the tomatoes. They're dropping straight on there, going around there, and they're ending up right there. Awesome. Oh, I forgot about melons. I'm gonna have to add another another branch there so that we can press the melons into full melons instead of storing them as slices. Here's the moment of truth. I have the last one of these drawers. All of our seeds got composted, so that's all working properly. It looks like everything is in here. The item vault is empty. No belts are covered with anything. We have a mechanical press going into a basin that should press the melon slices into full melons. They should get spit out on this belt, end up down here and in our storage system. Our rice panicles should get split. Half of them should go in, the other half should go up here and get milled down and sent over as rice and straw. And the other two items in here are sweet berries. They'll go straight through, and I don't remember what the last one was, but I think it'll go straight. Oh, pumpkins, it'll go straight through as well. So pumpkins go first, and they're going straight through just like we thought they would. I don't actually have any extra storage here, so if it doesn't work, we might have a disaster. Oh, melons will go there, so we should be good there. I can't remember if I might have messed up. I can't remember if I put the I must have put the melons on the deny list because they're not going in there. So we are making full melons. It's backing up. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. So that's good. We haven't got the melons out. So as soon as the melons are done emptying out, then we get to test the last section of this little contraption here. And it's the rice, and it's splitting. Half of it's going straight in. Something's not working right. Oh. He's stuck on a belt. Well, it'll never be loaded up like this with items when it's actually harvesting the farm. they'll be coming through much slower, so it shouldn't back up like this. It's all going in here. It's working exactly the way I wanted it to. I can't believe it. There it is. Our farm, our crop farm is completely built. I built the building on the side here that's going to hold all of our storage. And then I even did a little bit of decorating on the inside. Nothing on the outside yet. Just put some random crop things in here. Closed up the back wall. It's actually got trapdoors so we can get through to the back if we need to. But there is everything in the back working the way that it's supposed to. I probably should, and I can at some point, add a clutch to shut this off. But it's going to be a long time before we fill all these drawers up. I did go ahead and, you can't really see it, but this is all rich soil, which is part of the Farmer's Delight mod. And it almost like bone meals all the crops as it's growing, and they grow much, much faster. So I spent a long time. This actually gives you a use for rotten flesh, which is kind of nice. But it takes a long time. You have to make organic compost, and then you have to set that out in the sun and let it turn into topsoil, and that took forever to get enough to do this whole farm. But I got it all done, and let me jump into FreeCam here, and you can see that it's going back and forth and harvesting all of our crops, and it's pretty fast now with the rich soil. I didn't do rich soil on the kelp. I don't know if it works underwater, but it doesn't matter. We're getting tons of kelp because we put 3 lanes of it in. So yeah, now I just need to take care of the terraforming and building the lake and the river and everything else, but that's gonna have to wait till later.